So you're thinking about selling your home, right? Fantastic. Have you ever asked yourself, what should I do? What's the best strategy? What are the best tips? What is the next step? In today's video, we're gonna cover 10 tips that I've used in my last 33 years to help a lot of my sellers sell their home. And if you stick to the end, number 10, that's the heartbreaker. That's the one that makes all the difference in the world. All right, so we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, so if this is your first time in the channel, guys, and you want to know everything that's going on in the market, the good, the bad, the ugly, guys, there's a lot. I've been doing it 33 years. Trust me, you want to hit the subscribe button. You want to hit the like button. You want to hit the notifications. You want to know what's going on, okay? Because we're going to be talking a lot about real estate, about market stats. We're going to be talking about the goods, the bad, what to do, what not to do, what to avoid, what are the strategies that work best. And remember, we are in the heart of SoCal right here, good old beautiful Southern California. All right, so thank you so much for watching the channel, and let's get into it right now. My name is Ramon Sanchez, and I'm part of the team here at Living in the Heart of SoCal, guys. So listen, I've been doing real estate for 33 years, and I have learned a lot of things. So we get calls, we get texts, we get emails all the time. So if you're looking to buy, to sell, to invest in real estate, all the information is linked in the bottom of the description. So reach out to us, give us a call, give us a text, send us an email. All right, guys. So like I mentioned to you guys earlier, right? These are the top 10 tips about selling your home and getting the most money, because that's really what every seller that calls me, every seller that interviews me, they always want to know, what are the top 10 tips to get the property sold? Or at least they ask me, what are the best tips, best strategies? We're just going to start with number 1, curb appeal. Curb appeal is very, very important. Why? Because when a buyer is going to look at your home, the first thing they do, and when they pull up to the house in the car, they'll look at the house and they're already making the decision just by the outside. So when I say curb appeal, I'm talking about the landscaping. I'm talking about the trees. I'm talking about the curb on the outside. I'm talking about the walkway going up to the door. I'm even talking about the front door, believe it or not. That curb appeal on the outside makes a huge difference for buyers. Believe it or not, in my 33 years, I've had buyers that tell me, can we just keep going to the next house? Because of the curb appeal. So I'm gonna say, number 1, curb appeal, okay? Number 2, declutter. When you walk in the house, the first thing you want to do is you want to declutter the house. And sometimes it's hard for us real estate agents to tell the sellers they need to declutter, especially if they have so much stuff in the house, especially if they've been there 10, 20, or 40 years. They have so much information, so much stuff around the house, and every bedroom and the living room and the kitchen and the bathrooms, right? So decluttering is very, very important. If you really want to expose the house and make the house as beautiful as possible, then I recommend that you go through every room and get rid of all the clutter that you don't need. Grab some boxes, go to Home Depot, get the boxes, put the stuff away that you're gonna make the move anyways, so you might as well start decluttering now. So that's step number 2. So number 3, guys, we're gonna talk about interior. We gotta go in the interior and we gotta do a fresh paint. Now, some sellers haven't done any painting and some have done some painting. But the biggest problem is usually if you look at the baseboards at the bottom of the basement where the floor and the wall is usually where all the scratches are going on around. So a fresh coat of paint on just the baseboards and all the marks, where all the doors are, and all the crown molding. Sometimes it needs a little bit of fresh paint. Sometimes the kitchen, believe it or not, there's been many kitchens that we actually paint right now just to make it look really nice, make it look fresh. I had a seller that we had to paint it. We painted it, we made it look beautiful, and just by doing the painting, we painted the whole house interior, and they got actually $50,000 more for their home, just because we painted the interior, the baseboards, and the kitchen. So I'm gonna say, go in there, take a look at what needs to be freshened up. It's best if you do have the same color, it makes it easier. But if you don't, then I strongly recommend to consider painting the interior of the house, making it look as beautiful as possible. Now, number 4, is going to be a big one, all right? It's interviewing agents. Now, interviewing agents is probably perhaps, it's working against me, all right? Because I'm telling you, go out and get more competition. But the reality is that I'm always interviewed, and there's always 3, 2, 4 agents that the sellers will interview. And what you're looking for when you're interviewing agents, obviously, is you want to find out, first of all, the experience. How long have they been doing real estate? Do they have the experience to help you? That's really important as far as the years and the length, because that shows you that they've gone through it. I've been doing it 33 years, so I've gone through some crazy markets, REO market, short sale market, foreclosure market, all kinds of crazy, COVID, right? I've gone through it all. I've done different kinds of markets. So interviewing agents is really important. So the number one is the years. Number two, you want to take a look at their production. Are they selling, 30, 40, 50 homes, or are they an AFA? An AFA is considered in our market average frustrated agent, believe it or not. It sounds funny. The reason we call them AFAs is because the average agent is selling 3 to 6 homes a year. That's why. So you want to make sure that you have an agent that has plenty of experience. We average around 50 homes a year. That's how many homes we're selling in a year. So you want to make sure you take a look at that production and ask that question, how many homes are you selling? And finally, but not least, you want to look at the reviews. You want to take a look at, number 3 thing you want to look at is look at the reviews. Go online, grab their name, Google their name, and take a look at not just one platform, but you want to look at all the platforms. You want to look at Google. You want to look at Yelp. You want to look at Realtor. You want to look at Zillow. You want to look at all those platforms, because sometimes, believe it or not, some agents will just have reviews in just one platform, and then you look them up on other platforms and they have no reviews on the other platforms. So it's going to be important for you to take a look at the reviews. Okay, guys, number 5 is going to be marketing the property as far as the price. Now, with the price, there's always controversy on the price, but you want to be very aggressive with the price. Why? Because you want to know the market stats. The agent that's going to be helping you should have a really good knowledge of the stats, and they should be able to tell you how to price the property properly. Well, I always tell my sellers, I much rather you get 10 offers with multiple bids and you have a selection versus not getting an offer at all if you price it too high. So that pricing is really, really important, making sure that you understand the stats, making sure you look at all the properties that have sold, make sure that you look at the pendings, make sure that what's active on the market, and that all has to do with market knowledge of the market. Okay, so pricing aggressive is going to be really, really important to get your top dollar for your property. Number 6, compensation. Because the market has shifted this year in August of the year, we got the new law that came in. Now when sellers are hiring us, and they're still doing that, sellers are asking, do we have to pay? You don't have to pay. You're absolutely right. You don't have to pay the buyer agent commission. However, if you want to get top dollar, I strongly consider that you do offer some kind of compensation for the buyer's agent. I am a big listing agent, so people call me all the time before they even show the house, and they ask me, is the seller offering any kind of compensation, any kind of concession for the buyer's agent? And believe it or not, we've been blessed that every seller that has hired us are still in the position where they are still offering a compensation to the seller. But I have had already one of our buyer's agents called and they were offering 0, and they decided we're not even going to work with that seller because they don't want to offer any kind of commission. All right, so we don't want that. And I work in a big company. I work in the number 1 office in the state of California, Century 21. For all the Century 21s, we're the number 1 company in the state. We got 400 agents, and we hear this all the time. So the compensation right now, it is a big factor. It is going to play a big moving forward. So make sure that you offer some kind of a compensation for the buyer's agents. Number 7, I'm gonna recommend that you take a look at really good hard at your kitchen and your bathroom, because the women, the wives, they always the first place they go to is the kitchen, and then after the kitchen, they go to the bathroom. So if there's anything that needs to be updated or upgraded in the kitchen or the bathroom, whether it's appliances, whether it's a countertop, whether it's a fresh coat of paint, whether it's just changing the knobs, making it as nice as you can, I strongly recommend that if you can, if the budget works and it makes a difference as far as getting you top dollar and making a difference, and if you can make an extra 20, 30,000 just because if you spend a little bit of money and making your kitchen look nice and making your bathroom look nice, then I strongly recommend that, because that's exactly what the buyers are always looking at, especially the women. That's the first thing they look at. Men, not so much, but women, absolutely. All right. And number 8, guys, number 8, staging. Now, believe it or not, it's been proven that when you stage a home, you always get an extra 5-10% more. Why? Because for some reason, it makes a big difference. Staging does make a difference. You get more attraction to your home. More people want to view it. It shows really nice. It shows very well in the pictures and the videos and when people show up. Okay, so staging, I'm always going to recommend that if the house is vacant, that's what I'm going to recommend. Obviously, if the house is not vacant and you already have furniture in the house, then make sure that that stager comes in and uses already the furniture that you already have in the house. That makes a big difference, because maybe they only can bring in a couple of items, that will make a difference. They don't need to stage the whole entire house, but at least if they bring their experience to the table and show you exactly what needs to be done, that will help, and that goes a long way if you don't want the complete staging. Number 9, guys, is preparation. Now, when I say preparation, we have to decide. You have to decide as a seller. Is this going to be a contingent sale? Meaning, do you have to sell this house to buy another house? Because that's considered a contingent sale. Are you moving out of state? Are you moving within the area? You have to do your own preparation, and you got to make sure you communicate that with the real estate agent that you hire. Because the thing is that it can get a little crazy when you're doing a contingent sale. And that agent, again, because of their experience, I do with a lot of contingent sales all the time. And sometimes we have to make sure that we negotiate properly the steps to get from one house to the next house. It is not impossible, but it's got to get done, and there's some preparation that needs to be done beforehand, especially if you're going to be upgrading to a bigger house or even downsizing. But if you're going to be upgrading or moving out of the area into another property, and you're going to use most of the equity, but as you move up, you might end up paying more money. Well, we got to get you qualified first. There's been times where sellers do want to sell, they want to move, and then they discover that they don't qualify and they can't buy another house. So you got to make sure that preparation takes place before you decide to put the home on the market. And finally, thank you for waiting, right? You're waiting for the last number 10. Number 10 is actually one of my strengths. Number 10 is the one that's going to make all the difference, because not only do you need it up front, but you actually need it during the transaction, and that is negotiation. You have to make sure that the real estate professional that's working on your behalf knows how to negotiate. Because if we got offers, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to negotiate. My strength is always in the negotiation. You want to negotiate the best terms and the best price. Not only in upfront when we open up the escrow, but even when we do the inspection. All 50% of transactions fall at the inspection. When the inspection gets done and they come back with the report, there's going to be a whole bunch of items that they're going to want to negotiate, and that's where my strength comes in. So you got to make sure that you prepare yourself, but the negotiation is going to make all the difference in the world. We had buyers that we negotiated on behalf of the buyers that we ended up with $25,000 and additional money for them to be able to upgrade certain things in the house. And of course, there has been times where the buyers have asked the sellers to bring down $25,000, and they have eventually we negotiate only $5,000 out of the $25,000. And this is helping our sellers. So negotiation is going to play a big part getting you the most money in your pocket. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really do appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a lot out of your busy schedule, but if you're looking for a real estate professional, if you're looking for a team that's been here in the SoCal area, and we cover all the LA County, Orange County area. Believe it or not, sometimes we even get people going to Inland Empire because they're looking for brand new homes and they get better prices out there. We're here to help you. We're here to make a difference. Okay, so all our information are in the subscription or in the bottom here. You'll find it there. And if you have any questions, give us a call. If you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, you're looking to invest in real estate. I'm also building properties all the time. Give us a call. We're here to help. Thank you so much and have an amazing day. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.